Unfinished work will be finished. You put into place 100 days plan, don't work under pressure of anyone. Perhaps a word being sent out to the Karyakartas. The Prime Minister also asking the MPs to implement a 100-day plan. My colleague was just talking us through the details of the same. It's a 100-day plan. As of now, all big leaders, remember, have left 7 Lok Kalyan Marg already. And that was the Prime Minister's big message. Payal, the Prime Minister speaks of the unfinished business. He says that's going to be the focus of the NDA combined, and has now said that the focus must be on the next 100 days to begin with.
Well, before Prime Minister Narendra Modi wound up his point to government, also he had already given a task to all his ministers saying come up with a 100-day plan. It does not matter which of you are in power and which of you don't come back to power in the cabinet. We have to work for the cause of the people. One thing which consistently the Prime Minister has been saying is this, that there is no need for anybody to get under any pressure from anyone, be it bureaucrats or anybody else. Don't work under any pressure. And the golden mantra is that whatever you start, you end. If you in fact lay the foundation stone for a project, you must make sure that you finish it. That's something which the Prime Minister has been saying. And just now the Prime Minister's office has in fact released the videos from the inside of the meeting that's there for our viewers to really see. The Prime Minister means business from day one. He has already assured the country that his government will work from day one and they will not waste any time in the service of mankind, in the service of the great nation Bharat. The Prime Minister once again congratulated the ministers who are going to be taking oath this evening, also saying that each one of them must consider themselves very lucky that they've been allowed by the people to in fact come back and control and beg your pardon, work for the cause of the country.
Okay, all right. So the next 100 days is going to be very, very critical, and the Prime Minister set the task, cut the task out for that's his over tea cabinet and attendance a little earlier at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg as well. Pallavi, to quickly come to you. Now, remember, every time we talk about the BJP strategy, one is also looking at whether it's going to be a 100-day plan, whether it's going to be Viksit Bharat by 2047. The Prime Minister always sets these targets, and the opposition, interestingly, turns it around and gives a counter slogan to it.
See, I think there are a couple of messages I think the Prime Minister has certainly given to the opposition parties, and he's going to be confronting them a lot when the new Parliament session meets. Pictures, I guess. We've been talking continuity and change and a kind of a regional and caste balances. But just to talk beyond that, because now we've been talking about the kind of faces, what is it going to be the task which is going to cut out for them? I think the Prime Minister, as an astute politician, does understand that, he cannot let it go the UPA 2 way. UPA 2 also began on a very rocky wicket. It got worse for them because at some point of time it led to a policy paralysis. It without a perception that Dr. Manmohan Singh may have meant well, but he was always constantly buckling. I think the project, even is very clear, it's gone. It's going to be mostly those who've been seeing of Viksit Bharat. I remember while addressing it that, we have an unfinished task will be fulfilled. The 100-day task which has been given to his ministers in the previous term also, it was very interesting. Right, I remember even after the last phase of voting, he had 7 talking about cyclone, heat wave, but one of those 7 meetings, Christine, was on the 100-day agenda, the report card. That was a confidence, but that was also his deep messaging which is going out even now and hence on is that, my focus is going to be on development, social development, but most importantly economic development, which is why the people who are going to be chose to head and in charge of the key infrastructural economic ministries are going to be very important, and that will give us a sense of how much he thinks that this is the team which needs to go ahead to fulfill this agenda, and thereby also sending out a message to the opposition that I'm not going to be a lame duck government, I'm not going to be a UPA 2.0, I'm going to be very much a Prime Minister who's in control. That's also a rebuttal to this entire theory which is being pushed by the opposition ever since the results came out, that he should not be called the Prime Minister designate, he should be called the Prime Minister resignate, he doesn't have the mandate. He takes his own time to rebut and respond to opposition, but when he does, I guess he wants to do it this way, and I think that first messaging certainly has gone in from these pictures that we're seeing coming out.
Absolutely, and not to forget, these pictures have also highlighted for us some of the names that we perhaps missed out on. For example, Bhupendra Yadav, he can be seen in these visuals. We really didn't have a confirmation on whether or not he received a call and subsequently made it to the Prime Minister's residence, but keeping a sharp focus on these exclusive visuals of the Prime Minister interacting with some of the MPs. And remember, most of them are going to be taking oath alongside the Prime Minister as well. His message is to the MPs to implement the 100-day plan, what this plan is all about and what's going to be the key focus of the NDA through the next 100 days. That is, of course, something that we still have to watch out for. But the other big names that we perhaps missed earlier in the day, Bhupendra Yadav, there's also Virendra Kumar, there's SPS Baghel, there's L. Murugan. All of them can be seen in these visuals. We're closely zooming in these visuals. Ravinder Singh Bittu, like I said, a very interesting name. Now, when we talk about these names, when we talk about all of them who've assembled at the Prime Minister's residence, these visuals, of course, are from a little while earlier. Payal, one is always left to wonder on what is it that the BJP thought, for example, when it decided to dial a K. Annamalai or Ravinder Singh Bittu. In your opinion, what are the fact must have gone, into play while these names were shortlisted by the Bharatiya Janata Party? Because these visuals make the story amply clear. Yes, there is a challenge that the BJP is looking at, but they're wanting to meet it with continuity, younger faces, those who've performed extremely well in Lok Sabha elections, and of course keeping caste factors in mind as well.
Well, of course, there's been a lot of confusion as far as Mr. Annamalai's name is concerned. But, we do understand that present in that meeting was another party mate of Mr. Annamalai from Tamil Nadu, and that's Mr. L. Murugan. Mr. L. Murugan served as a Minister of State in Information Broadcasting and Fisheries in the Narendra Modi 2.0 government that actually was expanded in 2021. He is, of course, a Dalit face. He's been somebody who's very, very popular as far as the Prime Minister is concerned. The Prime Minister is extremely fond of his simplicity, and it is evident from the fact that on 2 years, both on Tamil Nadu's New Year, etc., the Prime Minister on Pongal, the Prime Minister did go to his residence. And the message that he was trying to send to the people of Tamil Nadu is, we are giving your people representation. You mean a lot for us, and we will ensure that your culture is protected. And that's the reason amongst the outgoing Rajya Sabha members, if I remember correctly, beg your pardon, Murugan was the only one who got an extension of a full 6 years term. He in fact got the 6 year
Big news coming in. We're speaking of K. Annamalai. Payal, we're learning that he's not seen in these pictures, which means he was not at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, which means he's going to continue working in Tamil Nadu. And Pallavi is getting us that bit of information as well. Pallavi, you're telling us that K. Annamalai has now conveyed that he is going to continue working in Tamil Nadu, which means he's not going to be seen in the national capital and he's not going to be seen as part of Modi 3.0. Now, what's really going on at that end? Many were saying that the fact that he's going to be brought to the center may mean a change of equations in Tamil Nadu as far as the AIDMK and the BJP is concerned. Doesn't look like that's happening.
Christine, I went very briefly to Coimbatore and where he's contesting the elections from. There's no denying the fact that he has brought a lot of traction. If you look away from despite the results which have come in of the BJP's performance in Tamil Nadu, there's no doubt about the fact at least people are talking about the BJP, and the BJP will certainly see that as an achievement. See, breaking a bastion like of the DMK or the AIDMK is not going to be an easy task. These things do take time, but somewhere you have to make a beginning. Perhaps that's what the BJP top leadership feels over here, that at least a beginning has been made. People are talking about the BJP. I saw, for example, when I used to cover Bengal politics as well, there was a time when the BJP would be there, no one would talk about them. But suddenly people began talking about them, and today you know where they are. So therefore, in politics, it's very important that you're spoken about, your presence is taken cognizance of. It's like a tick mark that you get. And I think that is going to be the work which is going to be bestowed on Annamalai. When we then asked him for a quote, he said, no, I'm very much going to remain in Tamil Nadu and I'm going to carry on my work. The next big challenge will be to ensure that the cadre remains enthused despite the lack of good performance over there. But more importantly, whenever the state elections are taking place, regardless of whether there's going to be an alliance with the AIADMK or what, the BJP would want to make their inroads. Down south is very much a part of Mission BJP, and that I think is going to be the responsibility on Annamalai.
For more news and updates, all you need to do is follow CNBC TV 18 on all of our digital platforms.